Welcome everybody to another episode of Shot in the Dark. I am your host, John Siino Evil here. Let's get right down to it. AEW Dark Elevation starts with Tony Schiavone interviewing Wardlow, where he says it is not Shark Week, it is Wardlow Week, and Wardlow says that tonight he will knock somebody out, tomorrow he'll choke somebody out, and on Friday against Jake Hager, he will knock him out. Match number 1, Wardlow with a record of 12-4. Defeated is a nicely way to put it. Demolished Jason Hotch with a record of 0-1. Wardlow comes out with the Pinnacle music now instead of his own, and he calls himself Mr. Mayhem, which is interesting since that's what Steve Cutler, Macklin, in Impact is calling himself Mr. Mayhem as well. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. 2 Mayhems. But like I said, Wardlow destroys him with a knee in the corner finisher, and the referee just calls the match. If you haven't seen this clip already or the gif of it, check it out. It's closest thing to a murder in a wrestling ring in AEW. Match number 2, the Natural Dustin Rhodes and Lee Johnson defeated VSK and Travis Titan. Very quick win here with Johnson pinning VSK with the Brain Dog. Angelico with a record of 4-3 defeated Mike Seidel with a record of 5-11. Halfway through the match, Matt Hardy comes out to pretty much scout out Angelico. Nice showing from both of them. Angelico wins with the Navarro Death Roll, and after the match, Matt Hardy raises his hand and tells him to keep attacking Mike Seidel, which he does until his brother Matt Seidel runs out to save him. Shawn Spears with a record of 3-1 defeated Falco with a record of 0-1. Spears also comes out the Pinnacle theme song and his branded chair that he has with his logo on it. Total squash here with Spears winning with the C4, or is it the Canadian Destroyer or the Death Valley Driver? I don't even know because Schiavone was calling it every move but the right term. Something that we see here on a weekly basis on AEW Dark. The Wingmen are backstage. Ryan Nemeth is offering Orange Cassidy a spot in the Wingmen, and if he doesn't join, it'll be a bad choice. Private Party defeated Dean Alexander and Carly Bravo. Isaiah Cassidy gets the pin here. Pretty quick on Bravo after the gin and juice. Nyla Rose defeated Megan Bayne. Rose literally won here in about seconds with the Beast Bomb. Orange Cassidy with a record of 8-1 defeated Cameron Cole, making his debut. Cassidy comes out to the Best Friends theme music here, since I guess it's on YouTube, and they can't use licensed music on YouTube. Makes sense. Cameron Cole is making his debut. He actually comes from Booker T's promotion, Reality of Wrestling, where he is their current heavyweight champion, so I've seen him a little bit. Another quick squash match here with Cassidy winning with the Orange Punch. Penta El Zero Miedo and Eddie Kingston teaming up here to take on Kevin Blackwood and the debuting Eric Cannon. Cannon out of Chicago making his debut. He's been wrestling all over the indies for about 20 years, mostly in Chicago. Schiavone even mentions how Cannon and Kingston have been training together and have known each other for years. But Penta and Kingston win easily here with the Fear Factor, and then the half-and-half suplex, and Kingston gets the pin on Blackwood. Julia Hart defeated Danny Jordan. Nice showing here from Hart, winning with a backflip into a neckbreaker. I like how all her moves are her incorporating her cheerleading skills, so she does moves with flips and splits. Pretty interesting. Aaron Solo and QT Marshall defeated Dion Roosman and Joe Keys. Keys is making his debut. Interesting here, he's been pretty heavily featured on Ring of Honor in the last couple years, and even recently. I think he's part of their dojo as well, so pretty interesting that he's, I guess, allowed to be here. If he's not on the contract, even though he's been with Ring of Honor for a while. But Solo gets the pin on Roosman here with the pedigree. And the main event, Scorpio Sky defeated Alex Reynolds. Best match of the show, no doubt. Reynolds does end up tapping out from the heel hook. And they actually, after this match, they show like an animated music video for the Dark Elevation theme song by Mikey Ruckus, and it's kind of like AEW wrestlers transforming into Among Us characters from the video game. Kind of cool, and it's like something my son would definitely watch on YouTube. It seems like this is like a trend now with like animated videos with music songs incorporating their favorite video games. So maybe that's the purpose of releasing this. Kind of smart. But with 11 matches, this show flew by. But it was mostly squash matches, and only Angelico and Seidel and Sky and Reynolds went over 5 minutes, and neither one of those matches even reached 10 minutes. So, interesting format here. The regular AEW Dark, Ethan Page starts off the show defeating Danny Limelight. Scorpio Sky was on commentary here. Page wins with the Eagle's Edge, but Limelight did look impressive in this match. Dante Martin defeated Sunny Kiss. A really good match here. Dante winning with the jumping, flipping stunner. And Kiss still didn't have Janela at ringside as this saga continues. Nyla Rose defeated Charlotte Renegade. Renegade making her debut. She's actually the sister of Robin Renegade, who's been featured on Dark before. Another total destruction here with Rose winning with the Beast Bomb. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson defeated Shane Mercer and KTB. Mercer's making his debut. Both him and KTB are part of a tag team called Iron Beast, who I've seen in GCW, so they've been teaming for a while. And they gave Dark Order a pretty good match here, but Grayson does pin KTB with the Nightfall. John Silver was on commentary. Pretty nice commentary here between him and Taz, both being from Long Island. Some witty commentary. Wardlow defeating Chandler Hopkins, continuing Wardlow week here. Very easy win here, winning with the guillotine choke. Taz announced that he'll actually be on commentary for the cage match between Wardlow and Jake Hager on Dynamite. Cesar Bononi defeated Dylan McQueen. The Wingmen come out here with a bunch of clothes that they say are meant for Orange Cassidy's makeover after his match with Cesar Bononi. But Bononi does win here very quickly with a pump handle slam. Frankie Kazarian defeated the debuting Jake Tucker. Kazarian has brand new music, new gear, new entrance, definitely a darker style to fit his new Elite Hunter persona. And Tucker actually appeared once on Monday Night Raw, teaming up with Smart Mark Sterling, who's also in AEW here when they lost to the Viking Raiders. Kaz gets a quick dominant win here, winning with the crossface chicken wing. Kylie King defeated Valentino Rossi, making her debut. Rossi's been wrestling as Adriana Gambino in Women of Wrestling, wow. And she has like the stereotypical, I guess, Sopranos, Jersey girl, mob girl gimmick with her, like, you know, hand signals you guys all know, you know, the AE and all that. But Kylie King does win here with the Kingdom Falls. We go backstage with Alex Marvez, who's with Joey Janela, and he asks Joey for a medical update. Janela says, "Who cares? It's bad boy summer," and starts talking about going to go-go bars again with Alex. And then Sonny Kiss comes in, pissed off, starts yelling at Joey. Joey tries to go in for a hug, but gets pushed down. Sonny asks why Joey is doing this, and Joey says that he's been a bad friend, but it's not his fault, and he blames Alex Marvez, saying Marvez is a bad influence. Kiss says that Janela and Kiss, bad romance is done, and leaves. Janela starts yelling at Alex that it's his fault, but then he changes his mind and says, "Hey, let's go to the Nip Factory," which is one of their go-go bars. So it looks like that might be the end of Bad Romance. Match number 9, Gun Club, Billy and Colton defeated Chaos Project. Nice match here with Billy getting the pin on Luther after the Faymaster. Tay Conti defeated Willow Nightingale. Dominating showing here as always from Tay, winning with the DD tie. And after the match, her and Aubrey Edwards start dancing in the ring. In the main event, The Acclaim, with a record of 10-3, number 2 in the tag team division, defeated Allen Angels and Colt Cabana. Max Caster's freestyle of the week. "We gotta fight Dark Order again. Yo, Angels, I didn't know you had more friends. It must be fate. I know that you love me. Ask me on a date. But you're just too shy. I'll give it to you nice. I'm a real gentle guy. We'll fulfill your dreams. Caster and Bowen's a top tag team, if you know what I mean." And then Caster throws in a little jab at Cabana's new podcast, saying that it sucks. Not his best rhyme. The Acclaim cheat a little bit here, using the boombox in the match, and Caster gets the pin on Angels after the mic drop. We go into NWA Powerrr, starts off with a Trevor Murdoch interview. He says that he spoke to his wife recently, and she spoke some sense into him and told him that he had Nick Aldis beat, and now it's gotten personal, and he's not done with Aldis until he becomes the NWA Heavyweight Champion. Austin Idol and Tyrus were backstage, and Idol was pissed and says that they deserve a TV title shot after Tyrus beat the Pope. Someone interrupts him and says that Black G sent him and wants to meet with Tyrus and Idol for only 5 minutes. Tyrus keeps brushing him off and eventually gets mad for being interrupted and says that he'll meet Black G's next week in the ring. Triple threat match, Melina defeated Genocide and the debuting Kenzie Page. Kenzie Page, you might recognize that name. 19-year-old wrestler. She's appeared on AEW a bunch last year on Dynamite and Dark. Melina does take advantage after Genocide gets taken out to the outside and rolls up Page for the win. Women's champion Camille's backstage, says that she's upset at Melina for interrupting her coronation and says that Tom Latimer's chances in the national title tournament are great and he'll take the entire thing. And as far as her next challenger, she is looking elsewhere for that. PJ Hawks and Sal Renauer are being interviewed about becoming the number 1 contender for the TV title. PJ Hawks is talking about his dad bringing him into the business with respect, and then Colby Corino interrupts him and says that it's an embarrassment that PJ calls himself a second-generation wrestler when his dad Luke didn't do anything. Colby says that he should just be handed his title since he's the son of a former NWA champion in Steve Corino, and Hawks suggests that making this match a triple threat. We go into the next match, which is Aaron Stevens versus PJ Hawks. It ends up in a no contest after Mecha Wolf and Bestia 666, the Rebellion. They interfere and they beat up both guys. Luke Hawks comes in, tries to help, but he gets taken out as well. Then they cut a promo in Spanish, pretty much saying that they are here to take over the tag team division. May Valentine is backstage with the unknown masked wrestler, who says that he will wrestle when he's ready. And as he's about to answer, Slice Boogie and Marche Rocket interrupt him. Strictly Business at the end have an interview hyping up the triple threat between Perro, Tom Latimer, and Chris Adonis for the national title tournament. And Latimer suggests that him and Adonis can pretty much just pin each other to advance if they wanted to. And the main event, JTG defeated El Rudo and Fred Rosser. JTG and El Rudo both made their debuts at the pay-per-view When Our Shadows Fall. And Rudo is better known as Sam Adonis in Mexico, also the brother of Corey Graves. Interesting that Fred Rosser recently announced that he has signed full-time with New Japan Pro Wrestling, so I'm not sure if that stops him from being an NWA. I guess we'll find out. JTG gets the pin on Rudo with the Brooklyn's Edge, which is like a Razor's Edge to a neckbreaker combination. Pretty cool. So JTG advances in the national title tournament. NXT UK, Walter comes out and talks about how he's one of the most dominant champions in WWE history, and he'll forever be the NXT United Kingdom champion. We get to produce a video for Subculture where Danny Luna and Flash Morgan Webster say that next week they will be fighting Ginny and Joseph Connors. Jordan Devlin defeated Saxon Huxley. This is Devlin's first match back here since March. Devlin wins with the Devlin side, but it certainly wasn't easy as Huxley really gave it to him. Wolfgang and Mark Coffey are in the back with Sid Scala complaining because they want a singles match. Scala agrees for Wolfgang when Sam Granwell rudely interrupts and Wolfgang says that he wants him for his first match. Symbiosis, the team of Primate and T-Bone, defeated Andy Wild and Dan Maloney. Tag team champions Pretty Deadly are joining commentary for this one. Dominant win here with Primate pinning Wild with a flying headbutt. We get a video of Teal'c, who talks about putting Oliver Carter in the hospital, and Ashton Smith wouldn't even visit him. An NXT UK Women's Title Championship match. Meiko Satomura versus Kaylee Ray, who is the current NXT UK Women's Champion, and it comes to an end finally. 649 days. She was a champion since August 31st of 2019. Great match here. Definitely my match of the week, I would recommend. Meiko wins here with the Scorpio Rising. They fought outside where Kaylee Ray hits a gory bomb onto the apron. At one point, Meiko hits a sunset bomb off the top rope. Couldn't recommend this match enough. Definitely check it out. And after she got the streamer treatment to celebrate. So Meiko Satomura is your new NXT UK Women's Champion, only 4th in history. You should be interested if her dream match with Sasha Banks will happen. I think it will soon. 205 Live, Grayson Waller making his debut, defeated Sunil Singh with a jumping curb stomp. Waller is the former Matty Wahlberg, who was recently signed to WWE. He's from Sydney, Australia. He wrestled for PWA and IWA there recently. Nigel says that Samir is in Mumbai filming a Bollywood movie. And then they actually announced after on Twitter that Sunil Singh ends up dislocating his right shoulder midway through this match. And it was definitely noticeable at one point. You can definitely see he was working with his left arm more. In the main event, Arya Davari and Tony Nese defeated Ari Sterling and Asher Hale, with Nese pinning Hale. Sterling and Hale were working well together, but Hale didn't want to show Sterling any sort of respect, and their disagreements ultimately cost them the match, as they kept arguing after. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, Hikuleo defeated Alex Coughlin. Leo Rush and Rocky Romero defeated Clark Connors and DKC. Rush gets the pin on DKC with the springboard cutter. It should be noted that Leo Rush did recently announce that he is stepping away from wrestling, so any matches, I guess, from here on out that he will, finish his commitment to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I'm sure there's some stuff that's been taped that's going to be shown after. And the main event, Fred Yehi making his debut, teamed up with Wheeler Yuta, defeated Jordan Clearwater and Mysterioso, with Yehi make Clearwater submit. Yehi, I've seen ever since Evolve Wrestling. He's been in Ring of Honor recently, so cool to see him here in New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. Ring of Honor, Eli Isom defeated Dak Draper in another first-round match for the Survivor of the Fittest tournament. During the match, Dalton Castle and his boys come out to watch, and they end up distracting Draper, who pretty much had the match won, and then he ends up losing the match because of the distraction. On Week by Week, Chris Dickinson also defeated O'Shea Edwards to advance in the Survivor of the Fittest tournament. In the main event for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, Rhett Titus and Tracy Williams defeated Dragon Lee and Kenny King by disqualification. After Lee and King, they ran out of the rope break, since every match from here on forth for the Tag Team titles are Pure Rules matches. So they got disqualified, and after the match, the Foundation and LFI brawled to end the show, as Violence Unlimited just watches on smiling. WWE main event, Mustafa Ali defeated Angel Garza by submission, and Jinder Mahal defeated Shelton Benjamin. And the WWE Network editions of the week, another episode of ICW Fight Club and WXW We Love Wrestling number 10. I'm used to the fact that it's just ICW and mostly either WXW or a New Progress show being added, but I kind of miss Evolve. They're, in the process of adding all of them, and they kind of stopped at like Evolve 10 or 9. So I'm a little upset by that. I'm hoping that, they start going back to adding those Evolve shows. But that is it for me. You guys can catch me here next week for another episode of Shot in the Dark.